Welcome to my doghouse. Hope you're having a great day. I know I am. This is going to be about money exchangers in Otter Creek, Florida, and other areas across this country. And what I mean by money changers, people have given up their soul for the purpose of money. Their life is to see how much money they can get. They don't care who they run over or any ethics involved here at all. There is people out there going after a family that don't deserve to be going after. It shows you the low life that exists. That doesn't mean you have to like them. And some people know who I'm talking about. You do not have to like them. But doing what's going on now is still wrong. If you're one of them that's jumping on the bandwagon of a certain person out there, and I'm not going to name his name or who he's with or anything else, I am going to say this, though, is when you jump on the bandwagon about somebody that is obviously in the wrong and has other intentions other than Christianity, even though this person tries to use that. And what I'm getting at is money exchangers in the Bible. These guys were, I don't care if you call them Christian or whatever, they were religious people, and they was doing money exchanges where they shouldn't have been, and somebody come along and corrected that problem. These guys were not really religious people. They have decided to worship money over their religious views. And that's what really happened, and that's what I'm getting about money exchangers. So many people have come on here and got on this person's bandwagon, and no logical reason at all. Just more of a Jim Jones effect. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying you're a Jim Jones or believe in what he did, not at all. But how he's convinced people to follow like Jim Jones did with his people. And in this case, once again, his religious beliefs took secondary. His Christian religious beliefs took secondary over what his real intentions were. He had taken money and he worshiped money. He worshiped money over God. His God become money. And when you really get down to things happening here, forget about who hates who and who likes who here, is the fact they went in, and it really is about money. This person does get on here and other places, and he did go to school to be a preacher or whatever you want, pastor, depending on what religion you are, is what you'd say. But he went and studied religion. Does not make him in any way a Christian. 100% not. Why? Because you have to live it. You have to do it. You can't just go out and do that and say you are. You cannot put money. If you're going to be a Christian, you cannot become a money exchanger. A Christian does not go after and sue everybody they come across. There's one strike if you really believe this person is a Christian. Remember, the people he is going after, you don't have to like them, but you have to have a little bit of ethics and see what's really going on. I don't like people around here sometimes, not a lot, very far and few between. I may dislike them, but I ain't going to go after them for what they've done. That's taken care of, or I can ignore it because it don't hurt me. I'll stand up if it hurts somebody else just because of their views, and I don't like them because of their views. And the key is, I may like them, but I don't like their views. I just don't get involved in it, and I go forward. And a true Christian does that. They will not go back somebody that's a cult activities. No, he's not a cult member. In no way should anybody say he is. But some of the ideas come out that way with some of his followers. Remember, the ideas doesn't mean you're doing it. It means that idea is put in your head somehow or another. Yes, people follow people all the time. But let's get back to the Christianity thing. You can't say you're a Christian, go out to mean, put people down. You can't go out in a store and start calling people names and saying they have to go and all this crap. One, you're an idiot because that store has the right to get that money from him. Two, you showed you're not a Christian by your actions, which you have a pattern of doing. You can go and say you're a Christian, and others can, and it's just not him. It's all over. So I'm not picking on one guy. This is just a belief on how things usually go. And I'm not saying don't watch him, I'll never say that. Because I used to watch him all the time when he's doing storage. I watched several other people too, so it just wasn't him, but he did a good job on that. But as far as this other stuff going, you have to look at it logically. Why would you go out there and do what you're doing unless it was to make money here? He's already told people that's what you do. You have conflict with your neighbors. And yes, he did say that. A lot of people have said he said that in front of them. You can not believe the other people, but it was said. You can just think about it. You are getting involved where the money is not you personally, but this one person is getting involved in money over God, money over Christianity. Because you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want, that is your right. But when you're out there saying you're a Christian and you're doing all this, you're only sending out you're a Christian by words. Your actions are 100% against what you are saying. Go read the Bible, and I'm sure he has, don't get me wrong. I would be very surprised if he hadn't. Go look at the money exchangers. Go look at the parts that talk about suing. You're passing in the money exchange thing, you're filling in the suing in. So both of them actions are showing that you're taking money and using that above God. You're using the excuse for money for Christianity. And it don't work that way, okay? It just don't. And like I said earlier, it's just not him. You go all around his followers, people I know here in town, same way. So this is an epidemic all over, just not in one town or one person. I'm not here to pick on that guy at all. I'm just here to show what's been going on. If I was there, I would know more. So some of what you hear, you can't believe because you're not there. Some of it you can believe because people are putting out facts and you can believe them. Now, how many people really like him in that town, I have no clue because it's small. I'm from a small area too. 100 people's a big chunk of people from where I come from. It was a lot less than that. And that's the truth. I'm not exaggerating a bit on that. So, what I'm getting at here is I'm from a small area, and I don't care how long I've been away. I was 19 years old when I left because I was out of school then. Your heart is always with a small town. My heart is with the people in that town. My heart and around that town. My heart isn't into people that say they're Christians when their actions show 100% opposite. And other people have jumped on his bandwagon, pat themselves on the back and say, oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm wonderful. He's getting me money and views. I'm here for the money. And you turn around and use Christianity also. You're there for the money. You're not there for anything else. You're there to get the money, and you don't give a damn who you run over to get it. You will lie. You will be lazy. You will be deceiving because the dollars are coming in your pocket, which then the money becomes your God. And it really does. The exchangers that got taken care of in the Bible, their God was the money. They said they were religious, but guess what? They weren't. They weren't all religious. They were using religion to get what they wanted. And to this day, we have money exchangers all over. We have money exchangers that say they are good Christians. Well, they're really not because they're putting money. Their God is money, not the real God. Even if you don't believe in God, and I have a lot of friends that don't, and I don't care if they... See, I don't judge somebody because they believe in God or don't believe in God. But I have plenty of friends that don't believe in God, that's more ethics and live the more of a Christian views and religious views, even though they're not religious, but just the Christianity part. They live better than some people out there saying they're Christians, and they're only saying it by the words, not by their actions. And that is a big difference. I can go out and say I'm a millionaire and I got all these condos and these guys, I don't have to do nothing. They just bring me the money and they tell me what they're doing, and I say, well, fine and dandy on that. Guess what? That's a lie. Them are words. That's not reality. And sometimes it's easier to use them words than to live them words. And it really is. Whether you're a Christian, whether you believe in God or not, ethics should always play a part. In this case, ethics aren't playing a part. Common sense is not playing a part. And taking others down to get that money is exactly what's going on. The money exchangers are out in full. The money has become their God. Others follow because that money is coming to them, not dwindling, coming to them, and they will not offend where that money is coming from. They are willing to offend God, but they're not willing to offend the money. I want everybody in this world to go out and make as much money as they want and do as they want as far as ethics and your beliefs. If you are a Christian, ethics will always be there too. Ethics in Christianity or ethics in any religion will be there together. You don't have to be a Christian to have ethics. You have to be a human being with compassion to have ethics. Obviously, the money exchanger in these towns or surrounding areas is more important to them than anything else. You have people on here that follow him from all over the world, and more power that people follow. But his spewing out of his mouth is wrong. He is here's another thing this person will do. He will say, I had to tell this guy this and this, and to set him straight. When somebody does that to him, you're a blasphemous because he is right and you're not. You have no right to have a different opinion than him. He is judging you because you don't believe in what he is doing. You are the sinner, he is not. Although he's not using the Christian belief, because obviously he has become like, I'm not saying he is, like a money exchanger. And I don't get it. I really don't get it when you go after people because you don't like them. You go and destroy them and make their life miserable. You know what? People need that are even thinking in this line, and I'm not talking about him, that have followed him and back him 100%. Maybe the problem is not with the people you hate. The problem is with you and the lies of being a real Christian. Yes, saying you're a Christian and you have these beliefs will get you more money, even though you know you're not following them. Everybody knows these people are not following Christianity. I've heard some, even this guy and others, well, all of us are sinners and we can pray for forgiveness. He's right. But when you keep doing it, it's like saying, God, forgive me for this. He had forgiven me because I asked him. I had crosses, but he said I was forgiven. So when I go out and do it again, I'll be forgiven again. You have to have accountability in what you're doing. You can't always go out and ask for forgiveness and redo it again. That's not the Christian belief. That is correcting yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't go to church. Okay? So, I'm not preaching as a religious belief. I'm just saying what is out there and what people believe. And by the way, I'm not monetized, so I'm not getting a damn dime out of this. So you can't use that excuse if you hate what I'm saying. You know, and then in life, you don't have to like what everybody says. Doesn't mean you have to go after them because they have a different view. Once again, if you're a real Christian, that would not happen. I have a lot of people that has a different view than me. Around here, even on here, I talk to a couple of people here and there on here. Our views are not the same, but it's okay. We're not going after each other. We're not going, the throat thing or anything else because we disagree with each other. Yes, a money exchanger will do that. If they don't get what they want and they think they need more money, they'll exchange more money for more views, more content, because without that, the money will dry up. And once again, because you're saying you're a Christian does not mean that. Obviously, when you start doing some of this stuff, Money has become your God. I'm not saying you technically believe that. You still believe in God, and I believe you do believe in God. But you put money over God because now the money has become your God. You don't go up to people who you don't like in a store and holler and call them names. That's not the Christian way. And you can do that and go home and say, please forgive me, God. You go out and do it again. It don't work that way. And you can't go out there and say, well, God did this, I can do this and that. You're not God. God did it for a purpose and a reason. That does not give you the right to do what he did. And sometimes you try to conflate, yeah, he did it so I can do it. He had a reason for doing it. He was God. He had the right reason to get things in line. You do not. You have no right to go out and destroy people for your own self-satisfaction. You don't have the right. You can. I'll rephrase this. You got the right to go make money ever how you want. That is your right, and that's the right you have. But that don't mean it's the right thing to do, because when real Christianity and ethics play a point, when ethics and Christianity exist, what you're doing is against Christianity and ethics. When you don't have no ethics just for the dollar signs in your pocket, doesn't make you a good person. It doesn't make you right. It makes you evil. And when you make money your God, you are doing the work of the devil. You are giving him the upper hand. Even if you're out there saying, I'm a Christian, I'll do this and this. When your actions are opposite and your actions become where money is your God, that's evil. That's something Satan will pat you on the back for when you do that. I don't care if you have $100 in your pocket or millions of dollars somewhere. It don't matter. When you decide the money is more important to you than God, you're doing the work of the devil. And that's all there is to it. You can throw out 100 scriptures of just one little piece, but when you look at overall, that's exactly what is happening here. And some of his followers are following in them footsteps. Not all of them. Now, some of them really believe what's going on and hasn't really participated in hate other than disliking these people. And that's all they've done. They haven't gone out and tried to destroy them. Since when does God destroy people like that? God did not tell you to go out and destroy them and sue, because look in the Bible, it's there about suing. You have the right to do it, but ethically, are you doing the right thing? I don't think you are. I think some of your followers have no ethics whatsoever. You can hate somebody, but when you do what you're doing and people believe in what you're doing, their ethics is kind of on the downside. And are they really Christians? Like one person I've heard on here, and I didn't listen to this one, but he was saying how the old people should die off and new shouldn't move into town. That's not a Christian view. That's a hateful view. Has nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity would say you were wrong for even saying that. But I know the followers are so much of Kool-Aid drinkers that they won't catch on to that. Why do we have to destroy people Why? Is it so important to destroy people over love? I begin to wonder if this guy even knows what the word love is. The money end has gotten so bad. I really do wonder that. And some of his followers are in the same way. And I don't mean love in the sense of human, but Christianity love is above that. Christianity love is bringing people together and walking together and doing things and helping people. See, and another reason you can see he is not really a Christian. I mean, he's a Christian, but maybe not what he should be. In the way that to destroy this family and saying, you need help. Let's get this job done. No, you're more worried about the dollar signs in your pockets. Some of your followers are the exact same way. Shame on every one of them. Because money will maybe dictate to your life now, but when you're gone, you will still answer for it. And certain people on here that have studied and gone to school to be a minister knows this. These people are sacrificing what they know and exchanging God as their money is God now. Money is God to them. Concept of decency and love has gone out the window because maybe they hate themselves more than they hate anybody else. But the concept of love is no longer in their hearts. And I'm not talking, once again, I'm going to say this very clearly. I'm not talking about, I love this person, I love this person. All of us do that. But God's love is more than that. When you cannot follow God's love, you have the right not to. He's given us that. But don't push your beliefs of being a money exchanger or the ideas of a money exchanger above God. Shame on anybody that does this. Anybody. Even, like I said, I know so many people that do this. They're all over. Not just in Otter Creek, not just in Florida, Idaho, Montana, Utah, wherever I have been, you will always have people that put their God is money. They care less about you. They care, even the people that follow in this certain person, think about that. Do you think he will cover you and back you if people go after you for the suits or whatever it may be? You will be thrown under the bus. The people I know that has put money above God here around me would do the same thing. They will. You may not realize it, or you don't want to realize it because of the money you may be getting, but you will get thrown under the bus because their God is money, and they're not willing to give up that money for you or anybody else. The hatred in the heart is so bad, they will hate you if you don't follow their rules. And if you go down, they're not going down with you because their belief is their God is money, and they are not going to help you at all because they're not giving up that. Their Christian belief has already taken a back seat. They have put money over God. In their case, a lot of them, not all of them, money is their God. Money has become their God. And just think about it. Even if you like him or don't like him, think about what you are doing. Is that money going to go with you in the hereafter? Not. When you have to sacrifice love and cherish people, For the dollar, you're a very bad person. You can go out and say that and just try to destroy other people. In reality, you're destroying yourself because money has become your God. And I mean, there are so many people that's done this. Not one. So don't get me wrong. I'm not picking on one person here. I'm just saying what is out there. When money dictates to you over ethics and love of people and things around you, when your ethics and money become God, you're in the wrong. Please go out, everybody. Think, love, and cherish people. You don't have to like everybody, but you don't have to go out and try to destroy them, because you are part of the problem when you do that. You're not the solution, and you can't use Christianity in what you're doing when you do that. Just go look it up. I hope every one of you realize where I'm coming from. I want everybody to love. If you can't love, walk away from it. When you love others, God will love you even more. When you hate others, God will frown on you. And believe me, in this certain case, God is frowning upon this guy because he says he's a Christian, and his actions are showing a big question mark. Is he or is he not? God be with you if you believe in God. If not, I still love you. And I know most of you out there, whether you believe in God or not, have ethics. And them ethics will always shine above the evils and the greed of money in this world. Thank you.